Hello, I'm Carrie and I am back with another energy reading, and this time it is a full moon energy reading. This is the first full moon of January. It is the full wolf moon, and I don't know, I'm just pretty excited about getting back to the energy readings. I think I missed a couple full moons and I was like, nope, I gotta get this one. Anyway, I've already pulled the spread, but before we get started, I just want to say thank you so much for liking, subscribing. Thank you so much for your comments. I just appreciate your energy in this reading. So what I like to do with these energy readings is basically just understand what are the energies around us that are coming like during the full moon. I feel like the moon energy is very powerful. We can feel it strongly, and if we plan ahead, we can take like full advantage of the energy that the full moon is bringing for us. Like we can begin with the full moon, and I think it's kind of like the energy that helps push us through the whole entire month. So let's get started with what I feel for this full moon, this wolf moon here in January. This is January 2025, FYI. It's just, I gotta keep saying 2025. Like, I feel like we are in the future. Anyway, let's start over here. We've got balance and focus. Or maybe I go this way. Balance, fear, darkness, will. And those are being clarified by focus, the path, wisdom, and nourishment. Balance. Last night, it's so funny, I was watching these videos on Instagram. This guy, he takes stones and he like balances them on top of each other to make these little stone statues. Like he does it outside in nature. I think they're called something specific, but I don't know what they call. I call them stone statues. They just look really cool, but he has to be so like on it when it comes to balancing. Like he can have a big, huge stone here, but he might just have a little tiny one on this side that balances the entire statue just because of the placement of that weight on top of that huge stone. Even though it's a small stone on top of the huge stone, it still balances it out because he put it in the exact right spot. If that makes any sense to you, this is what I feel like is going on right now. It's like we are wanting to get back in balance, but not just like with our everyday routine, but we really want to balance the things that are important to us. That's what I see here when I see focus. Because it's kind of like you going within yourself and asking, hey, what is important to me and what is it that I need to do to achieve my goals? Again, it's January. I feel like always in January I'm talking about the new year and how we're always trying to like achieve our goals or doing that, like put our best foot forward, kind of like start over, new year, new me type energy. And I still feel that right now. It is right now I'm recording this on the 12th, so it's not like it's very deep into January, but I'm still feeling that right now of us really wanting to work very hard to achieve our goals, our personal goals. And I see focus here because it's like you making sure to focus your energy into the things that you care about. And you're doing that by balancing it, like making it work for you by putting the pieces or the rocks where they need to go in your life so that everything can be balanced and like nicely, perfectly working together. So we have fear being clarified by the path. I really like this energy because this is going to be coming up for you right now during the full moon. If there are some things that you're struggling to balance or to put into your life, let's say right now in the new year, you really wanted to start working out. You wanted to lose weight, etc., etc. There might be some fears that are kind of stopping you from putting your full energy into it. And those fears are coming up for you to like assess and overcome. I see that with the path here. There's this huge ladder to get into this. Let me pick it up. There's this huge ladder to get into this new world, this portal. The ladder though, it doesn't look very safe. And this lady, she's looking like she's patiently looking at it. I kind of feel like she's studying it and asking herself like, can I do this? Can I? So like if you wanted to lose weight and maybe you've tried this before and you were never able to like achieve your goal, you could have some doubts as to whether or not you're able to lose weight, if you'll be wasting your time and your money by say joining a gym or taking certain classes. Maybe you feel like you're not built for this, or maybe you're afraid you'll have some health issues if you try to go to a gym, like you're gonna hurt yourself or something, or you're afraid of judgment. Like there's all kinds of fears. That's what I see with these little crows here. All kinds of fears that are like popping up for you to take a look at. So right now, in this full moon energy, you could just literally be paralyzed in fear. Like you could be, or you could allow those fears to pop up and be like, oh, that's what's stopping me. Like, oh, that's why I don't want to go to the gym. Oh, because I'm afraid that they're going to laugh at me because my outfit or whatever. Like whatever thing that could be stopping you. This doesn't have to do with the gym. This can have to do with your dreams. Like when I wanted to start reading tarot, I was terrified for so many different reasons. I think one of the main ones was like actually putting it out there in the world, because it's not something that I can just sit and say, I'm reading this message because in this textbook on this page, this is what you should do. Like, I'm used to being book smart. I'm used to like being analytical and having facts to back up every single thing. So when I started reading tarot and not having facts, just intuition and knowledge and just understanding, like intuitive understanding, it was terrifying for me to put it out there, because I was like, well, what if people think I'm wrong? What if this, what if that, like so many what ifs. And it kind of stopped me for a while from pursuing this dream of mine to read tarot on YouTube. But I overcame it. And basically I overcame it by just doing it. I just had to do it. And realize it wasn't so bad. People telling you you're wrong is not so bad. People do that all the time. It's up to you if you decide to listen to them or not. And then we have darkness and wisdom. Oh, this is so much so. It's like totally giving me hermit energy. I don't know if you guys are Virgos watching this, if you have a lot of Virgo placements, or if you just resonate with like being like hibernating right now and focusing on your own stuff. Darkness. It is winter time. It's not the long night moon right now. This is a new moon, but it is one of the longest times. I think we're like in part of the longest days of the year, something like that. I want to say the longest days of the year are now, and they can be dark because it's winter. At least it's winter where I am, but not really because I live in Hawaii. But where people live, it could be wintertime, it could be dark like this. You might not have as much sunlight, and there's like plenty of time for you to go in or within, because you won't be outside as much. And as you're within yourself, inside the house, literally not doing so much outside or like doing other things outside of you, there's a time, or there's like opportunity and space for you to learn more, like for you to build and create this wisdom. I'm thinking about kids going to school, and like during the summertime, there's like all these sports and sports clinics that they participate in, or even in the springtime, there's like all of this. I don't know what sport happens in the spring. I don't know. I really don't do sports. But whatever happens in the spring, they're doing all of that. But like during the wintertime, there might not be any sports to participate in. So maybe then they're focusing, hopefully, on their studies, like on being in school, and not necessarily all the sports and stuff like that. But I'm kind of getting that same energy for you. It's like there's not so much to do outside. You might not be hanging out with your friends as much or going to brunches every day. But now that extra time that you have from not doing those things, you can really use to focus on your own stuff. Even me right now, I am focusing more on my passions and dreams. Like I'm spending more time at home, spending more time reading, spending more time like watching tutorials on the things that I'm interested in or care about. And I'm like really focusing my energy within on that, and not necessarily going out as much. Like I'm hibernating and I feel like this energy is what's leading us right now. And then we have will and nourishment. Think about it. If you're spending time at home focusing on you, then you are going to be basically nourishing yourself and even fulfilling or filling up your will. Sometimes I think about our will as like a cup that needs to be filled up by the actions that we take and even the intentions that we have. If you know somebody with a strong will, that person has definitely been tried and tested. They've had to even go within and ask themselves why they believe in what they believe, and ask themselves whether or not they can. It's like, am I going to stand on this, or am I going to run away and give up? I feel like they have had to ask that question to themselves multiple times. And the answer, maybe not as always, but the majority of the time has been, I'm going to stand on this. I'm going to do what it takes for me to get my way. I am going to fight back. I'm going to, like, whatever it is that it takes you to have this strong will, whatever it is it takes you to get what it is that you want out of this situation, is something that, I feel like I got lost. whatever it is it takes to for you to get what you want out of the situation. I feel like it's mostly time spent and basically not allowing anybody to tell you anything other than what you want to hear. I know some people with very strong wills, they just speak and then boom, it happens because nobody's going to question them. Even it's like even in their voice, you can kind of feel it in their voice and of course feel it in their energy. Like, do this, it's going to be done like this. I'm thinking like presidents and CEOs and even like managers and leaders, people who speak like this because they know it's going to get done. If you don't do it, they're going to find somebody else who will. And if they can't find anybody else, they'll do it themselves. Like, they're just that determined. And I feel like because you're spending all this time on you, on your passions, on your stuff, whatever it is, you're going to like build up your will. So the things that you feel very strongly about, you're going to be determined to do those things. It'll be harder to stop you, basically, if you're spending more time and more energy focusing on you, your will, and filling up your cup in that way. So this is what I get for the energy reading of this full moon. You're really going to be focusing within on yourself, balancing the things that you care about in your life, spending time on them, learning more about them, kind of like filling up your own cup when it comes to your own personal fulfillment. I don't see a lot about protecting your energy here, which normally I would see if we're focusing on our own thing. But I'm just going to add that in there anyways, like you protecting your energy and really not allowing anything from the outside to affect what it is that you care about. Again, if we go back to this fear card, it's about you might be feeling some of your fears popping up when it comes to the things that you want to do. Let those things pop up. Write them down like, okay, this is my fear, so this is what I have to overcome. This is what's going to help me become stronger in my own will and my like gain confidence within myself so that I can do whatever it is that I want to do. And I wanted to pick some cards of advice. And I picked from one of my favorite decks, the Four Agreements Oracle deck by Don Miguel. Well, I guess it's based on the book by Don Miguel Ruiz. And maybe it's by him, I don't know. Anyway, I got two cards here. We got Create a Beautiful Dream, and this is from Be Impeccable with Your Word, that agreement. And then Refuse to Eat Emotional Poison, and that is from Don't Take Anything Personally, that agreement. This artwork is gorgeous. So on this side, we've got your word can create the most beautiful dream, or your word can destroy everything around you. Impeccability of the word only creates beauty, love, and heaven on earth. And then Refuse to Eat Emotional Poison. Taking things personally makes you prey for predators. They can hook your attention with one little opinion and feed you whatever poison they want. Refuse to eat poison. Oh, I love it. I kind of feel like this is reiterating everything that this first card says. Create a beautiful dream. Right now during the winter time, or right now during hibernation, or even if you're not even hibernating, if you're still out here in these streets, it's just a really good energy, or a really good time to take advantage of the energy of going within, because you can, like, even I don't know, when I think of winter, even looking at this darkness card, it always kind of feels like the womb type energy, where you're going within yourself and you're creating something new, like a baby or like a creative project. You have the opportunity to create it exactly as you want it to be, or you can sit there and allow your fears to control you and then kind of morph your creation into like thinking of a monster like Frankenstein. But it can be pure coming from you, or it can be morphed to be whatever it is that you feel like the people around you would want to see, or what you think that you'll make the most money from, or what you think that your boss wants you to do. Like, it can be pure, or it can be morphed from fear, like, oh no, I got to do it like this or that, or if I don't do it like this, then they're going to say this. You know what I mean? Like, you have the opportunity right now to create something purely from yourself. You can make the most beautiful dream. Like, even if it's your life that we're talking about, you're changing your life. If you just speak positively over your life, speak positively over the desires that you have, instead of like, be like, oh no, what if this happens? Oh my gosh, I can't do this because of that. Like, there's just a different type of energy right now that you could possibly get into to create the most beautiful things for yourself. That's the advice. Get into that energy. Stay into that energy. It says be impeccable with your word. So speak life over yourself. Speak things that are only true. if you're saying what if or maybe possibly, is that true? No, that's not true. That is like a projection. That is a guess. That is a potentiality. But is it the truth? No. The truth is, look at you. You're on this earth. You're alive. You're surviving. You're walking around. You are breathing air. You got everything that you need. Everything is okay. That's the truth. Like, speak from there. And then it being clarified by refuse to eat emotional poison is basically the same thing I was saying when I was talking to you about my tarot experience and being like afraid. I was afraid of the possibilities. What if, what if, what if? I had seen things happen to other people. Like I'd, just kind of like from my past like experience growing up as a child, I just had all of these internal, what is it called, biases. I thought that maybe these things could happen, but in reality, me doing tarot is amazing. I have so much fun. Online, there's not really a lot of people who come at me. I don't know. They just don't. And I think if I were sitting there in that energy of me being afraid to move forward, then the haters would win. Like the haters would win. Ooh. Like I would allow fear to win, and I could never do that. So it says taking things personally makes you prey for predators. How many people have you seen online get into arguments with basically trolls, and then they found out, or maybe you don't find this out, but like it's said that so many of the people who are sitting there arguing online or like putting negative stuff online are actually like bots. They're not even real people. They're just like posting random stuff because you get more engagement when you're negative or something like that. But it's like allowing these people from the outside who don't know anything about you or your work or your creativity or what you were thinking when you decided to post that picture or whatever, like allowing that to interfere with your life when they're just like a blip on the radar. They're just like a comment. They're not even real, allowing that to interfere with your life would just be allowing the haters to win. And I just see the energy of you not allowing that to happen. It's like, forget the haters. I'm going to do me regardless. That's the advice that we're getting. Create the most beautiful thing. Like, put together the most beautiful picture for your life. And then don't allow the haters to stop you. Make that thing happen. All right. That is our full moon energy reading. I'm going to see you guys for the next one.